To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go here on Monday night. This is fielded inside the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now former college star over in East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Back to throw. Howell. Smith and Jigba there for the catch.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3 plays in and a test. It's third and 2. That one on target to Moore. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
This one intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Ready? Williams in motion. To the air on third down is Milton. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
This is taken at the 25. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Throwing is Howell. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run right. Here's Walker. He's inside the 25. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. A big play for Seattle. And even 50 yards. To throw is Howell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points.
2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Seattle. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Ready? 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing, and
big hole left side. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Lions move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw with Howell. There's the big tight end, Fant. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Howell. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. Now it's Howe. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. Well, just when you think you've seen it all, there's this one. That's a lot of ground to cover in the wrong direction and cost 2 points.
Well, Mike, this doesn't happen very often, but I think I'm at a loss of words. You just don't typically see a play like that happening very often, but in this case, if you're the defense, you'll take the 2 points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Howell. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a... Here's Walker. Yards are hard to come by there. They'll work it down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. Now here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Walker. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Seahawks. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, They don't have one for this guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun is Milton. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Milton. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards. On 1st down, here's Milton. A ball deep for the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the time.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And that is incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. That's taken at about the 14. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Now give to Walker, running right. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the air one more time. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Lions have got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Let's go now. Ready.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing, Milton. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. RPO, they throw it to Rice. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders had different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Let's go.
Milton going to look to throw it again. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. He is in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Lions. And although it's just the second quarter of this one, they'll chase the points now, trying to get things tied up. That's caught. They were chasing the points here in the half, but they got them. And we are tied. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Back to throw. Howell. That's going to be intercepted. And the Lions will have great field position right around midfield.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Milton now to throw on 1st and 10. To the left side in the hands of Rice. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
18, Pioneer.
To the air once more is Milton. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
79 Broncos. Go.
To throw once more, here's Milton. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. Lots of space. Past the 45. That's a gain of 19. And a very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Trap 50, trap 50. Let go.
On second down, here's Milton. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again. Trayvon Walker, the former first overall pick, in there for the sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection. This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Now Walker. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Mekhi Wingo in there on the tackle. Second and 7. Throwing is Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Number 14 with a pickup of 14 and a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw yet again. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll throw with Howell. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Smash, smash.
A handoff, Gibbs running left. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. That's caught by Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
In motion, Peoples-Jones. Try and throw with Milton. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Here's Milton. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Okay, break. Here we go.
In motion, Peoples-Jones.
Ready, right?
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. Now he'll run it.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, here's Milton. There he goes again.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that 1st down. He tucks it, becomes a runner, and gets past the marker.
Ready?
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. He'll take off again. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that 1st down.
And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw for it with Milton. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play up. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now it's Howe. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They run with Walker. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Howell. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense. Downfield.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun is Milton. That is, oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out, and it's recovered by one of his teammates.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short, down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Gibbs. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Howell. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. The tight end, Fant, in motion. He's going to look for the home run ball. He's got it. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready? 19 Lions. Back. Ready, ready?
On 1st down, here's Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
They send him right out of the slot. To the air on 3rd down is Milton. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that
he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
That one a bit high, but it's complete. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That one complete to Moore. And he's got the 1st down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now, 2nd and goal. Here's Howell. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to breaking the play, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
And after that completion, they don't have enough to move the chain, so it's all going to come down to this. If they want any opportunity to go down and kick themselves a field goal, they've got to convert here on this 4th down. They need their best play.
And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up. 1st and 10. They hand it to Gibbs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Ready? Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Slot man in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Milton. He'll go right and find his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Come on. Hit. Ready?
Looking to throw, it's Milton. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This is 1st and 10. They'll throw with Howell. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. Now Seattle will use the final timeout.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to force overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime. Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st down.
Ready?
Gibbs. Into the secondary at the 45. And he'll be taken down. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Now return coming from the 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
Cup 19. Let's go now.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll take this forward to the 26. Third and 5. To throw, it's Milton. This one intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
All right, Mike, so think about the spot this defense found themselves in. They know they've got to come up with a stop or a big play somewhere or this game's over. And what do? They go out and get a huge turnover to give their offense the ball and a shot to win this game. You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Now they'll set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long. Throwing is Howell. And that is incomplete. A field goal was all they would have needed at the start of the drive. It was not to be. And we will forge on here in overtime. In motion, Peoples-Jones. They'll go play action here with Milton. This one intercepted.
You know, Mike, as strange as it sounds, as this game has gone on longer, both these defenses have not only gotten better, but they're more energized as this game's gone on. I mean, look how deep we are into overtime, and they come through with an impact play like that interception when most defenses are just downright exhausted.
Back to throw. Howell. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. Here's a handoff to Walker, running to the left. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now it's Howell. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack. But then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there is probably the best possible outcome.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. This one intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
Mike, at this point in the game, you just can't make that mistake. But at the same time, give credit to this defense. They continue to come up big, and no play bigger than that interception. And you can bet, if this game ends now, that guy's going to find himself with a game ball.
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Milton. This one intercepted. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to Walker. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And we will keep going here in overtime.
Such a deflating feeling now on that sideline. Here, you have a shot where you make it, you win. Now your defense has to go back on the field again, and I can guarantee you this is going to be a slow walk back onto that field.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up.
This one intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
You know, Mike, I think at this point, anytime you find yourself in a situation like this, your passing game has to just be thrown out altogether. I think right now it turns into a let's just execute our run. Let's just try to get out of this game healthy and move on. I mean, this is 4 consecutive drives that have ended with an interception. I mean, it's almost unheard of. It tells me it's more than just a lack of execution. This quarterback right now is having some confidence issues. He's not seeing the field great, and they need to have a complete reset.
To throw is Howell. This is caught at the 2. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory. So So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from downtown Detroit.